Davis had an 0 for 3 game yesterday. 273 with a couple of home runs and 11 runs batted in. Lawrie takes off at third, and he's in there. Now they're calling him out. The tag remained on the. What's he claiming here? Is he claiming he came off the bag or he went out of the baseline?
Looked like Mike Scioscia was going to look in, and now it looks like Bob Melvin's going to look in also on the same play. This started to go. And then the throw. And right there, David Freese is pointing in. He said he went off the base, but I didn't see Freese continue to tag.
Agreed. So he was initially safe, although Freese thought
he got him there.
The glove is off.
He's not re-tagging him.
Again, it was just an odd call by Greg Gibson.
He's off the base right there. Now, if he tags him, then he would have been out, but he didn't reapply the tag.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those ones where Melvin's going to challenge about the call going off the base, and Mike Scioscia might re-challenge him that he might have got him before he got to the base.
Correct. So that's why Scioscia's getting an explanation here. Why is he challenging?
And you can almost read his lip. Okay, well then we're going to challenge him potentially if you say there wasn't a tag, was not reapplied. Now, if he called him out right away, it's a good chance he'll be out.
Correct.
But if the call is he went off the base and reapplied the tag, that could be overturned.
It's not a bad play by Brett Lawrie's point of view. Just because you're in the overshift, the infield had shifted over. David Freese was over between the shortstop and third base hole, and so he took a chance there. He did clearly come off the bag, but I never saw Freese, like you said, apply or reapply the tag.
Yeah. Now, pretty tough to see at certain angles if he did get the tag down right away. But we've seen this a lot lately against Garrett, where the runners just start to go in the middle of the stretch position for him.
Greg Gibson initially calls him safe and then calls him out. Well, the A's have challenged this.
Again, we've seen a number of teams of late this start to go against Garrett. This time, though, he did step off. And that's the important thing. You have to step off before throwing over towards third base there. Especially when he hadn't even brought the baseball into his glove. Crazy play here early on. It's going to be a tough call. But Greg Gibson is making that motion as if he came off the base. Boy, so close. It's going to be a tough one. Judging by the time it's taken him for the umpires to make that decision from back in New York to back here to Oakland, it's not easy.
I mean, I'm looking at the rules here, just by the definition of a tag. It's the action of a fielder in touching a base with his body while holding the ball securely and firmly in his hand or glove, or touching a runner with the ball or with his hand or glove holding the ball while holding the ball securely and firmly in the hand or glove. So it's not as if you have the ball securely in the glove and tag him with your elbow on, another part of your body. It's
Yeah.
got to be with the glove and the ball, or with the baseball itself.
Yes. That's all. That's what I always remembered it as.
So to me, if that's the case, I didn't see a
No.
reapplying of the. He was on him, but I didn't see the glove touch the body again. Garrett will get some warm-up pitches here to stay loose. As it stands right now, it's an out call at third, which would be the second out. See, Jim Joyce is the crew chief on the left. Greg Gibson on the right. I'm wondering if they can go ahead and, if Socha spilled out the situation, if this is one thing, can you go ahead and challenge that? If they do that all in one fell swoop, or would they get back on a headset?
It could be. Looks like it's a long explanation.
Yeah.
You might hear a long explanation.
He is out. Wow. I'd be curious. So we'll get the email here in a second, and we'll see what they say. Because maybe Melvin was challenging something else too. We're not quite sure. But Gibson called him safe initially, and then called him out because he came off the bag. And technically speaking, Melvin came out fired up. You can't argue.
No.
And he gets the explanation. He doesn't like the explanation, obviously.
First pickoff of the year for Richards. A big pickoff.
Once we get that explanation, and we'll get it here momentarily, I'll be more than happy to share it. But because I'm curious now as well as to how they came to that determination. Because clearly Melvin was pretty miffed about it, as was Brett Lawrie. So 2 outs, bases clear. Ike Davis still at the plate with an 0-1 count.